That's not what I need to have happen. Howdy guys, how's it going? So it looks like the rain has set in at least for a little bit. This isn't really an ideal spot, but in a bit of a new location. So I'm going to try to make this area work, even though this is on a bit of a slant. I just don't want my gear and stuff to get too wet. I do have a poncho. Right now I'm just rocking this Varstalika hard shell rain jacket. And then these pants are not rain pants, but they tend to repel water pretty well unless it's like a really hard rain. So I'm just going to take and try to clear this area out of some of these main sticks, and we'll go ahead and work on getting our tarp and stuff set up. Might have to go ahead and break out the poncho though, because it seems like the rain might start to get a bit heavier. Let's see if I can get some of this larger stuff out of the way now. Oh, and there is a feather. Boom. And it's like, see, this Tasmanian tiger repels water pretty dang good. And then our Savata sleeping mat there, you know, it's got the waterproof material facing the outside, so it's fine. This is that Miltech poncho. I'm more worried about just keeping my bag covered than I am like this jacket's good and these pants are fine for the time being. We'll do that like there. We can stick our pad underneath, and I do got to move it over here though because it's in my immediate work area. Might as well get out our tarp and the bag of cordage. I took and brought out our tried and true Varstalika tarp. Oh, and I got a question on one of the other videos. I mentioned it before. This is not like a storage bag that comes with the tarp. This is a County Com, I think like XL storage cube bag, but it's the perfect size to put this tarp into. I think that tree is going to be close enough. Oh yeah, we're good. Sweet. That took a little bit of doing because that tree is through a bit of a briar thicket, so had to shimmy through that. So that's long enough, plenty long enough. I'm going to drag y'all down. Yeah, see, this time this front has moved up to where we're at a bit quicker than the news and the weather station forecasting. Make some down and dirty So that's completely, that might work. The one end of that was rotted. It's one stake. I get it split off the right way. That can be 2 stakes. Maybe one more. That'll work. Because this ground is pretty soft, especially now that it's wet. Now, let's pull this up. And then one thing that we're going to go ahead and do is, if y'all can see that limb hanging over right there, I'm going to attach the roller cam to it. That's not what I need to have happen. Just get that up a bit. Apologies for not changing angles right now. Just trying to get this set up fairly quickly. That would be why. So I missed one of my, I missed my corner. I didn't get the right corner tie out point, but we can still make this shape work just fine for us. So haven't got the stick in place yet, so that right there is still kind of flapping, but just going to chill out under here. The rain should pass for a bit, and then it's going to kick back up, I think, based off what the radar is showing. But gear is nice and safe right there underneath, or wrapped up in our poncho. It's really important to remember, I've got the poncho also underneath it because our sleep system is at the very bottom of our backpack. So if we set our backpack flat on the ground, the moisture would eventually kind of seep up and could potentially, you know, affect our sleep system, which will be very important. That's pretty much our primary form of warmth and everything. And you know, like luckily we got out here, or I got out here early enough today to where we'll be able to sit underneath this and let everything dry out. Like the pants, they're starting to get a little damp. Like I said, they do a really good job of like kind of repelling rain droplets, but eventually they will start to get a bit damp, but they do dry extremely quickly. Sparshalica L6 hard shell is great. This tarp is still doing fantastic. I just dunced it up and didn't get the correct corner on the back end, and it's not worth redoing whenever it's really easy to just take and pull that edge out. And I might just go ahead and do that without showing you guys. You'll see the end product regardless, so I think that's what I'm going to do because I got to let my phone screen dry off. Okay, there we go. So I got that corner pulled out, and now I believe I've got a decent spot. A little corner where y'all can sit under without my thing having a stroke. So would have taken my gear's honestly pretty well off where it's at right now, being under being covered by that poncho. However, I do need my sit pad so I have something to kneel on, because right now that's what's causing my pants to get the most damp is like kneeling and putting my jacket, my wet jacket, on my knees. And then my butt's sitting on the heel of my boot. So let me do that. I've got all this area over here to my right. I'll just find the driest portion of this. So yeah, the bottom of my bag is still good and dry. Like I said, these gloves I wear out here, like they're far from being any type of waterproof or resistant. I just thought they'd be good to initially wear out. So I'm going to get my sit pad right here out. There we go. Then get my canteen. And we can just sit over there. Like I said, even though it got rained on, we already got the light set. It's perfectly fine to get wet with that because it's protected by that material, and that will be our ground sheet for later. Took and already threw out a good number of stuff. There's just still some pine cones and some sticks and things. I'm actually really, my other Tasmanian tiger bags have done just as good, but this pack right here is repelling the water very, very well. Again, too, just while we're on the topic of this bag, I'm going to be giving one of these bad boys away. This thing's worth over $500, a brand new one, not this one, soon. So make sure that you keep watching the videos, because the very first announcement of how you can win one will be in one of my future videos. So, and then I'll probably do a dedicated video as well afterwards, but you'll get a little bit of a head start if you just make sure to watch the videos all the way through. Oh, alrighty guys, so I was just taking and chilling underneath here and trying to let my phone case and everything, but it was just interfering with my ability to interact with the screen. So looked at the weather radar, and we're not supposed to get any more rain for at least a couple hours. The sun's even took and peeked back out, so that's good. My jacket, the exterior moisture hanging out under here, that was able to dry off. As you can see, our backpack and stuff still has a bit, but our gloves, this pair of gloves is soaked. So one thing to include in the brain here, I could take and build a little fire in front of the shelter, but instead I'm going to take and use this one Tigris firebox, keep it contained, and we can set our gloves around it, let them dry out a bit. But other than that, everything else is just going to go for the old air dry method. Yeah, and then I have my fire kit on me as always, but in this left bicep pocket of this jacket, I've been carrying around this little BCB ferro rod and a couple fire plugs, so I'm going to utilize one of them. Okay, so we'll just break up a little tinder thing here. Now, something I'm sure it's been done, but something that I've never seen anybody else do that you can do, make sure you can see the front of that, is you can actually take and use the teeth of your pliers to strike a ferro rod. So the ground is wet and that is cotton, so it'll soak up moisture fast, and this is a tiny ferro rod, but there we go. Give that a second to catch its breath. The humidity and the moisture in the air is heavy, so everything will filter over pretty quick. I do want to avoid the pine needles as much as possible, because that's the only thing that will give off any real The pine needles are the only thing that can really give off much of anything that could potentially damage our tarp. Since we're so close to it, we're not underneath it, but we are close to it. And I've got that hole at the front to feed the stuff in because, again, as I said, we're on a bit of a slope and I don't want anything potentially falling out and rolling down towards my stuff. Okay, so now we're just going to take some straight sticks, put them right through the middle finger of our gloves, like that. We're just going to space them out, palms forward, because that's the wettest part, like definitely not too close. That's really good. Assist that heat. Over. I'll let the heat do its thing, because right now it's not breezy at all, so we don't have to worry too much about it shifting. The gloves are still drying away, and we don't need our stove for any cooking or boiling purposes because I brought out a MRE today. Let's go down the side of this pack. That's the one thing that I really like about it, how you can clamshell on either side or the whole front peel open. Boom. But this is still from that last case of MREs that I got from MRE Mountain. Just a little shout out to them. It's still the best place, in my opinion, to get MRE, especially foreign ones. But this one right here is the good old Mexican style rice and bean bowl. I'm looking to dive straight into the main of this, and we can look at the snacks, or we can eat on the snacks as we see fit. But I really am just craving that main. Let's see about checking out. I've not done an MRE video in a while, so if that's something you guys would like to see, is either a foreign MRE or some of the newest designed US MREs where like the one side of the MRE packet is like this clear material. So there is our main first strike bar, powdered hot sauce. I want to make sure I'm going to slide that back in the main case here so we don't set it on the ground and get moisture in it. You got honey mustard and onion pretzels, crackers, accessory packet, which are hot sauce is our main thing. I'm hoping, wait, that's peanut butter. I was hoping there would be some of the cheese in here. Then we got the chocolate protein powder, we got our spoon, and we got our heat element. So, cool deal. And there's just a look at everything laid out up close. Okay. This element was wanting to take a second, but it's definitely going now. Okay. That'll work. Well, I think this is about as warm as she's going to get. This heater worked, but I don't think it worked. Well, no, okay, it's still really hot, so I think it worked just fine. Take that out. Other than the moisture I just wiped on my pants are completely dry now, and so is this hard shell. I've got the pit zips open right now. the old hot sauce powder out. I don't really like the way that it collects in the corners of these packets because it's easy to lose some of it if you're not careful. Get all of that in there. I do hate that we didn't have any cheese spread. That would have been really good. And then there is a look at what our supper is looking like. But yeah, this has been nice, but it's kind of funny, you know. It's like if we had waited a few more hours and come out later, we wouldn't have had to worry about setting up in the rain. But it's always good to practice that as much as you can, because you never know when you'll be in a situation where you know, you might not have a choice. So it's good practice regardless. Everything's dried out now and everything's good to go. But we are supposed to get more rain throughout the night, so we'll make sure everything's good to go with that. And that hot sauce powder does have a nice little kick to it. Because I'm not sure what part, if y'all can see me through the smoke, what part of this chili bowl it is. But it's almost like one element of it has like a slight sweetness to it. So you do need that chili powder to help cut that. Well, that was really good. I'll take and snack on some of this stuff as the night goes on. Really, not a lot more to do at the moment. Got some wood set aside for the twig stove, just to have a little bit of a fire going, but it's doing a really good job of drying out them gloves. But I'm gonna take and tidy this stuff up, and if anything, unless anything changes, I'll get back with y'all closer time to hit the hay. Oh, alrighty guys, probably a good idea to go ahead and get our sleeping arrangement set up and hit the hay, because I don't know if you can see my breath or not, but right now the predicted temperature for the area is, the real feels about 44 degrees. I took and put on, y'all can see that, my Sky Goat fleece probably about an hour ago. I was letting my phone charge up on my battery bank, or my power pack, whatever you want to call it. And I will say that, I mean, we already know from this past winter that with a fleece like the bearskin fleece and then a hard shell like this, I can comfortably, as long as I'm still moving around a bit, I'm good down to, you know, around freezing. With the feel being between like 40, like it's not going to get below 44 tonight for sure. It's just kind of the humidity in the air. But we'll get out, we need to get our sleeping pad rolled out, but I'll go ahead and show you guys the sleeping bag we got is our, wherever the thing's at, somewhere on here. This is our Vertex, there it is, Vertex Arizona bag. I've used this thing around freezing with appropriate clothing. The comfort rating's around 45 degrees. So with, you know, if I'm going to have this fleece and stuff on, but I'll probably for sure be taking it off. Let this be decompressing just a wee bit, but we got to get our sleeping pad rolled out. And then something, because there was plenty of room, packed one of my favorite camp pillows with me. And that is that. So let's take and get our pad rolled out. It wasn't really worth rolling it out and messing with it and getting stuff on it until he's ready to hit the hay anyways. A little difficult to show this. Now, I left this leaf debris and everything here. That can be, you know, a place where spiders and all that crap is chilling out. But with the temps what they are, and everything. Stuff's gonna be moving slow. And the nice thing about that Arizona bivvy is, or sleeping bag is it acts like a bivvy in the sense that it's got a zip-in bug net around the face. And then hopefully that'll show up. But as I mentioned before, this sleeping mat was getting rained on, and the inside of it is perfectly dry. And then it acts as its own waterproof ground sheet, which is nice. And we got tons of overhead protection. I'm gonna leave my sit mat. Actually, put it over here to the side. The second you let go of that thing, it wants to run away from it. Okay, so let's get our sleeping bag out. And again, in case this is the first time you've seen it, this Vertex Arizona bag, it has like a very water resistant outer material to it, where water will kind of beat up off of it. It's not like a full-blown bivvy or anything. But it's great for a situation like this. And do these snaps. Allows you to release your insect netting, mosquito netting, whatever you prefer to call it. We'll let that lock up a second. And then we'll put out our pillow. Now we are already on a bit of an incline, decline, just slanted. We're on a hill. And because of that, I don't really need to inflate that much. One side of it's kind of plush. Plus, I don't want my face like really pressed up against the mesh too much. But that's the point of having a hat, is that that will keep the mesh off of her face directly. So we got that. Now we got a bit more of a area here, but luckily, since it hadn't started raining again yet, the hard shell is dried off. So we ain't gotta really wrestle with it too much when it comes to how we're gonna put it away. This is our lantern. I'm gonna stuff that inside my backpack here. So we'll keep the fleece on for now. I'm just trying to keep as much crap off of the mat as I can. I'm taking, change out my socks real quick. But to be honest, again, I mean, these Zamberlan boots have done a great job. Like, the only moist part of my sock at the moment is my big toe, and that's probably just where a bit of moisture is collected. But these things do a great job of breathability and such. Make sure we put them in a way to where our feet stay, our boots don't have any chance of getting water down in them. And any moisture on my feet is just from sweat. Like, them things are 100% waterproof. And having these sidewalls on this is nice, because I can take and put my foot down. So, like I said, I've got a fresh pair of socks, but I'm just kind of curious to see now how it's how this sleeping bag will do, if with it only being the 10th that it's going to be. Feet, because I'll probably end up taking this off, and I can always take and push this down around my feet. So far, this bag hasn't let me down. Alright, now let's let these get in and get the bug net thing situated, and we're good to go. Just take your headlamp off, and we're good to go. So I can say that having this fleece on this bag, all joking aside, I'm already toasty warm. Hat is still a paramount thing to have with you if you're going to have any type of netting around your face. Anyways, guys, I'm sure we'll take and be getting some rain throughout the night, but I'm already nice and comfortable, so I will talk and recap with all of y'all in the morning. So good night. Well, good morning, guys. How's it going? It is a fairly cool morning. Not really as cool as it was whenever we laid down, but I'm happy to say that the sleeping bag was very comfortable. Everything worked out good. The only thing, like, we did get a decent amount of rain in the middle of the night, and just one little corner right there, my sleeping pad that was tucked out, the side shelf, if you want to call it that, pulled a little bit of water, but luckily I don't think our sleeping bag really got wet at all. It might have got some splashes on it, but again, this material is a little bit water repellent, so you don't have to worry about it as much as if it's just like a standard ripstop material versus whatever type of ripstop is on this Vertex bag. But yeah, really nice. I did take I had to take this SkyGo off. I put it back on this morning because I obviously had to get up for a bit. But yeah, like, we had that rain. It was supposed to be raining right now. I mean, the sky's extremely overcast, but where we had a break there and a little bit of a breeze, our tarp is, at the moment, relatively dry. As for everything else, obviously the underside of stuff is still going to be a bit wet, so I just have to shake that stuff out for a bit. But yeah, all in all, this was a really good camp. It's always good to get this varsity liquid tarp out. We got to get our rain jacket back out of here. We took and stowed it away. So we'll have that ready to go, and once we start moving, we'll be able to shed this and replace it with this. Yeah, all in all, very nice. Packed this tarp away many times, so I'll spare y'all that on this go round, but it's like I said, it's a good one. As always, guys, I really appreciate you taking the time to watch the video. Please make sure that thumbs up button, subscribe if you're not already, share the channel and the videos with your friends, family, anybody that enjoys good old outdoor activities and gear. Again, I try to link to everything if it's still available in the video description for y'all. That way you can check it out for yourself. Be sure to hit me in that comment section, thoughts, opinions, questions, things you'd like to see in the future, gear you'd like to see in the future. And again, don't forget, keep checking in, watching the whole way through on the videos to find out about the giveaway on that backpack whenever I do decide to release it, because there will be not a complex order of things to do, but a specific thing or two to do to enter the giveaway for that. So again, guys, with all that said, until the next one, adios.